Hey, welcome back to the game room. This is the new custom arcade setup. I just got finished building it. Today I'm going to take you through everything I did to put it together and show you everything that it can do. Okay, so the idea for this sort of arcadey setup has been around for a little while now. In fact, if you go back and watch some of my pickup videos, you'll see that I used to have a smaller TV in this space, and I really like the idea of having a zone at this end of the game room where you could stand, play arcade-style games, and even do like Wii Sports and Wii Shooters. So this idea has been around for a little while, but the execution wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. The first version of this sort of setup was really good, actually. It sort of served the purpose, and when friends would come over, it'd make for really great standing gaming space, primarily just playing like arcadey games. And, you know, I had a lot of fun using it, but that was never really meant to be the final version. So step number one to get this setup underway was to take down that old TV and get ready to mount this new one that I found for 25 bucks at the thrift store. Oh, stoked! That looks so good. What's really cool about a TV setup like this mount is that I can get the TV way out far from the wall, which is going to let me get better access back here for setting up consoles, but also a really nice viewing angle from out there on the floor when I'm playing games. Alright, now that I've got my new to me 40-inch Toshiba LCD flat screen hooked up and looking good on the wall, I'm going to install all of these consoles down along here on the ground to it. And those are the Sega Genesis Mini, the NES Classic. Oh, I said them in the wrong order. Those are the Sega Genesis Mini, the PS1 Classic, the NES Mini, my Hyperkin Super Retron HD, a red Nintendo Wii, and everything's going to be tied together with this HDMI 5-input switcher that I found at a yard sale for 10 bucks. I think the thing that I liked the best about the last setup was that the consoles were sort of tucked up underneath the TV so that they were still accessible, but the wires were discreet and everything was still easy to access. So with this new setup, 5 consoles is going to be a lot more than the original 2 that I had before, and we're going to have to work around figuring out how that switcher is going to be visible, and the Nintendo Wii will still be accessible to plug GameCube controllers into. I really like using this Velcro setup on my little classic mini consoles. It even works for the Hyperkin console too. It's super easy. The sticky side of the Velcro comes off really easily, and as far as like positioning goes on the wall, it's pretty easy to figure out exactly where it's gonna go, and if it's a little off, it doesn't matter if the Velcro lines up completely. So it's a really nice, easy way to get the console stuck to the wall, everything removes with no mess, and I just add a couple of small nails to make sure that the Velcro really holds. It's kind of a rough texture, so if you've got a smoother texture to put on yours, you might not need the nails. I just have them there for a little bit of added security. All right, we're headed into Home Depot. Got the Wii with me, and we're gonna grab a bracket, hopefully, to get this thing mounted to the wall, because I don't think Velcro is gonna hold this one up. Something like this would be ideal, because I could stick it to the wall and then have a Wii sit into it and leave the top open for GameCube controllers and stuff. Problem is, it's not thick enough. Something like this would work too, against the wall on this side. Problem is, again, it's just gonna be too close to the wall, so I'd have to like put some washers to build it out a little bit. Could work. Okay, so this is what we went with. I got some cable ties to keep our cable management under control behind the new TV. And for the Wii, this is the setup we're going for. It's just like a little hook system, and although it's not as permanently fixed as the other ones that are Velcroed in, it's easy to switch out the consoles if you want to swap the Wii with a different one. Oh, and we can't forget our switcher. Everything in this setup back here is going to be run off the same power bar, and I really like that setup mainly because it keeps things neat and organized, but also if I'm away from the game room for a long period of time, one touch of a button and nothing has power run to it on that setup, and I don't have to worry about consoles being powered on for a long period of time. Yeah, here's what things are looking like right now. Pre-cable management, we have our power cable all set up, but everything else needs to get set up, and it's gonna look a little something like this. Here's post-cable setup. It's pretty neat. It looked a lot neater as I kind of went along through the process, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I'm gonna get this all kind of cleaned up and ready to go, and we are gonna test run this setup. Thanks for sticking around to check out my new custom do-it-yourself arcade setup in the game room. If you have questions about anything that I did to set this one up, please throw them down in the comments, like, subscribe. All that stuff goes a long way to helping my channel grow. I appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one.